All right, happy Wednesday. So everybody is doing well, is having a good week. I'll jump into the announcements and then we'll proceed to the agenda. So from the Engineering Week in Review, there were a few things that are worth highlighting. On-call schedule, which affects a lot of us back engineers. So the spreadsheet for weekdays is being deprecated. So more information is available in the issue in AMER as far as how this process is changing. Next one is about some tooling updates that are worth knowing about. There's a in the performance bar, there's more about memory allocation and memory usage, how it is to be used, and is available within the docs. And there's also a how-to video that's available for us for our reference should we be looking for it. And last but certainly not least, from Engineering Week in Review, there is another Family and Friends Day. It's been scheduled in June. It's June 25th. So please, hopefully everybody can take advantage of that. Next, what we do every week, we should celebrate features and high priority bugs have been closed in the past 7 days. The list is available here. If you would like more information about what was closed and how it was closed, please click through for more information about that. And David, looks like you claimed to let the next one. So floor is yours, sir.
Yep. So everyone, please welcome Hillary. She joined last week as our Director of Product for the Secure and Protect stages. Hillary, for those on the call, would you tell us a little bit about why you joined GitLab, where you were, and a little bit like what you like to do for fun? And let everyone know the PM team is very excited that Hillary has joined as well.
Thanks, David. Yeah, so I think a few of you have already heard this spiel, so I'm sorry for listening to this for the second time. But in terms of why I joined, two main things I would say, the culture and the opportunity. So I've been kind of watching GitLab for a long time because I was, very interested in remote work and sort of those things before it was the cool thing to do. And even back in 2015, 2016, I read about the GitLab culture and was really impressed with how the company operates, and so I became aware of it. And then I've been trying to work for GitLab actually for a few years now. So Scott Williamson reached out to me a couple of years ago about a role, and timing was bad for me. And then we tried in 2020, and then ended up being bad timing for GitLab. And then it looks like third time's a charm. So because I'm here now, so it worked out. So it's good. And then I think that, based on what I was doing prior to GitLab, it's, a good fit for the opportunity as well and what y'all are trying to do in the security space. And so prior to GitLab, I was working as a product executive for a container security startup called StackRox. They're now part of Red Hat. And oh my gosh, what's the third thing? Oh, for fun, right. So for fun, I'm super into outdoor stuff. So snow sports and camping and hiking and hanging out a lot with my dogs. We have 2 Welsh Corgis. And yeah, that's about it.
Thanks, Hillary. And for everyone on the call, Todd is super excited that Hillary started because now he doesn't have to deal with me anymore. So if you're like Todd, you can be excited as well.
I should only be so lucky.
Alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and get into the agenda. I'll cover for Lucas since he's not here. There's a tool that he's developed that he is now publishing. He was using it personally and is now publishing it for our use. It's a schema validator, making sure that what we are publishing is compliant with the schemas themselves. So that project has been moved to the security projects group. It is now live at the link that he's provided. We're working on getting a proper subdomain once he's back in the office, though all are welcome to contribute. And so this is a neat little side project that he's sharing with us. Any questions on that I can try to answer? Okay. Alrighty. I'll cover for Thiago as well, since this is not his time zone. So we have 2 security reports projects, one underneath GitLab examples and one that is underneath the GitLab org namespace. Should we delete one of them? is the question. Or do they serve different purposes? Different purposes. So, sorry.
It's okay if porpoises are your masters, Thomas. It's okay.
Hey,
It's fine.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is on the mind for some reason. It must have to do with 80s and 70s sci-fi. So we'll
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I have multiple porpoises for different purposes. So I mean, if you roll, that's fine too.
fabulous. All right, just as long as you share the fish. All right. All righty, this is an open inquiry. It may be worthy of an issue to track a decision, in which case we'll make a call on whether or not to open that in the later iteration of this meeting series. And so, or we could just do it now. So
yeah, I think there might be some context that Tiago needs to supply here to understand this one a little bit better. In my personal take.
Yeah. Okay. I'm adding a note, so otherwise I'm going to forget. Okay. I can type. Alrighty, I'll move on. Also, since Cam is will be in the other iteration of this call. The secure schemas that we have, our JSON report schemas, there's been a request that we also publish these to NPM, which is neat and interesting. There's an MR that's been opened for this. If you have any concerns or want to participate in this particular in this proposal and the decisions for it, MR is linked from the agenda. Any questions on this one or commentary? All right, moving on. Next, I've got this one's from me. So this is something I realized that we did not broadly announce. So this is something we'll also be taking to the engineering week in review, probably before the week's expires. SimGrep, it's a tool we've been trying to get into the SAST suite of analyzers for quite some time. We've declared that generally available. It's currently working for Python, JavaScript, and TypeScript, and so at least that's where the that's what rules we have enabled at this time, and that's also what we're detecting with the SAST vendor template for its invocation. So you will see this running in pipelines if we have matches for those particular languages. So one, we wanted to make sure everybody knew that it was here and that we are starting to use it. We've done a lot of work to make sure that the analyzers that we intend to deprecate, those are running side by side, that we're not creating two vulnerabilities for the two analyzers that are detecting the same thing. So deduplication work has been done. And you'll see this running within our main Rails and within our main pipelines within GitLab as well. So we wanted to make sure everybody knew it was here, what it was for. We're intending to drive standardization of tooling onto SimGrep itself. We want to retire a number of projects. So we're actively trying to figure out which ones those are, as well as what order they will be retired in. And so feedback is most certainly welcome on this particular item. So please try it out and give us whatever feedback you might have.
So question on that, Thomas, is there an issue to track whatever that feedback might be?
No, sir. I did not create a retro issue for this. I was counting on if there was any feedback or improvements or questions that there would be bug reports that would be filed so that we could track the individual questions themselves.
All right, thanks.
So I'm happy to change course if that is something that could be more efficient. All right, Olivier, floor is yours, sir.
Thanks. Just to let you know, I pushed a merge request to update the release process page. Tiago is doing some cleanup on the old release project where we had kind of duplication of that documentation. So this is a kind of a follow-up so that we keep that up to date, because it happens that some updates have been done on both sides while we're keeping both locations. So this is making things a bit cleaner. So if someone's volunteered to review that, feel free to do that. Otherwise, I'll pick someone up later today.
All righty. That's everything in the written agenda. Is there anything else we should be talking about while we're all here? All right, hearing nothing. Thank you everybody for your time and attention. We'll call that a close to this weekly. I'm going to stop the recording, and if folks want to stay on for a coffee chat, please feel free to do so. And otherwise, have a great rest of your week. We'll talk soon. See ya.